Good morning, guys. Renee and Brandon here with Burnt's Lawn Care.
Howdy.
Howdy, guys. How's everybody digging Brandon's new haircut?
Well, I was glad you cut the mop off my head the other day.
Geez,
it was much needed.
It was getting out of control. As you guys know, I'm a hairdresser also, so I've been doing that a couple days a week for my adult time, which is good. And Brandon got his haircut, unfortunately, last on my list this week, but at least we got it done. We had our annual holiday Christmas family photos yesterday. We spent some time with family, so gearing up for Thanksgiving this week.
Oh, I just wanted to tell you, soon there won't be anything for you to cut because I'll be completely bald and we'll just do the whole Bic look.
Oh gosh, I hope not. Well, anyways, we're on our first property of the day here, so we'll take you guys on a walk around with us, see what we got going on.
All right, so this is going to be a two-stage cleanup, guys. We're going to get the heavy out today, and then maybe in a week or so we're going to come back and hit it again. There's still a lot of leaves hanging on, so there's no point in getting it spick and span right now because it's just going to get dirty again. This has been a crazy year so far. The leaves, we're noticing, are falling so much later than what they normally do, and they seem to be hanging on to the last minute, so our cleanups are running very late this year. All right, so here's a all-around shot of what we have to do. The objective today is going to be getting all the heavy out, and then when we come back for the final cleanup, getting it real nice and spotless. But there's a lot of mulch beds around here, a lot of nooks and crannies, a lot of leaf trappers, I call them. So we're going to have our work cut out. Luckily, this property, we don't have to take anything with us, so that's nice. It's a dump right on site. We always love those because it's much easier to do to clean up. I'm anticipating that this is going to take us probably 3 hours. 3 hours total, maybe. We'll see. We'll see if I'm right. It is a little windy out today, so we're going to be battling the wind. It's always a pain when you battle on the wind, but we'll see how it goes. We got all this to blow out right here. This is a huge leaf trap and mulch bed. They all get stuck in these viney type things here. It's really a pain, but hey, it is what it is. Customer had a brand new walkway put in recently. It looks awesome. Looks very, very nice. This is the front yard. We're gonna suck all these up too and put them in the back. So we've got the two powerhouses with us today. The notorious Pink Panther and the Walker C. Really been loving this Walker C. A lot of you have asked, you know, do we like the machine? And yeah, I do. I like the machine a lot. There's going to be an actual review video on this machine coming soon, but right now we're demoing it and gathering our thoughts on it to let you know if it's something that we would buy eventually for our business. All right, so what I think you should do is I'll blow out the nooks and crannies like I always do, and you know, pick your mower, which one you want to use, either the Panther or the C, and drive around with the hopper open and crunch them up a little bit.
Did you have a chance to check out the C yet?
I haven't, but I could figure it out in a couple minutes to see what the RPM is.
All right.
I have the gauge on me, so.
I'll use this one for now.
All right, so you're gonna use the Pink Panther?
Yeah.
Since this is a dump on site, we don't want to have just a huge pile of leaves in the backyard. We want to make them as small as possible. So the plan is Renee's going to crunch them up a little bit first with the hopper door open. Let it crunch them up, and then we'll suck it up with the walker, and we'll have a lot less of a pile there in the end. Warm up the leaf blower before we start beating on it. Initially our plan was to start in the backyard, but after doing a little bit of talking with Renee, she wants to start in the front, which is actually a better idea. So the plan is we're going to crunch these leaves up with the hopper door open first, and then we'll go along and suck it up with the walker after and just dump it in the back. As you can see, it's quite windy out today. The leaves are just blowing everywhere. So there's no way, it's not possible today to get this lawn spick and span anyway, you know. So the main focus is just going to be getting the heavy out today. So we've got a good base going for when we start next week to actually get the property spick and span. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Hey, what's for dinner tonight?
I don't know. We'll see what time we get home. Maybe you'll cook something.
Oh man, I was kind of hoping you were going to make like a gourmet meal tonight.
If I was home today.
How about some steak and mashed potatoes?
Yeah, we'll see. Gotta go food shopping. You must have used this somewhere, Brandon.
I must have clogged the deck on a property and forgot to unclog it. As soon as she started mowing, it was just shooting leaves everywhere. Sorry, babe.
All set?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, got it unclogged. Let's see if that makes things better. Hey! All right. It's firing out of there good now. When there's a lot of leaf fall like there is here, reducing the size of the leaves with the walker works great. Because if not, you'd have this massive pile in the end and it won't look very good. So she'll go over this lawn a couple passes, pulverizing the leaves, and then we'll suck it up. Got the hopper closed. She's going to start vacuuming the lawn. Meanwhile, while she's doing that, I have the task of blowing out the leaf catcher bed here. I'm going to hit it with the 9010, the Echo 9010, and hopefully this won't be too much of a pain to clean out, but this bed here usually takes the longest. So I was able to get the heavy out of this bed, and surprisingly, it was very easy with the Echo 9010. Guys, this blower is a beast. I highly recommend it if you're in the market for a new blower. I haven't found anything that's going to top this thing. Anyways, got the pile blown out here in the yard. Renee's going to have to go over this and crunch it up. She's over here in the side yard now, doing her thing. Up nice, looking real good. We did the front yard here, and look, look at the leaves are just blowing back across the street into the yard. I knew that was going to happen, but I think before we leave, I'll comb over this area one last time and have her just comb over it one more time just to get it spick and span. But it hates, God, it drives me crazy to leave them with leaves on it, but there's nothing you can really do. There's still a lot to fall, and they're just blowing across the street, so. Luckily, we'll be back for another cleanup in a week, but I always like to leave the property as clean as I possibly can, but sometimes you just can't. All right, I started blowing this bed out, and we're starting to get some heavy piles here, and that's definitely not what you want when trying to suck these up with a walker mower, so I stopped. Renee's over here vacuuming this section. I'm gonna start picking away at this pile with the seed to try to knock it down a little bit for her, and then we'll just keep working our way back into the backyard. It didn't take long for me to clog the sea. It's totally clogged up right now, but I'm just going to use it as a mulch deck right now and make a couple passes on this lawn so Renee can suck up the heavy. This Walker C isn't doing much of anything besides clogging up and making a mess. I think I'm gonna actually park this one for now. Gotta figure out what's going on with it. It just clogs. It clogs under the deck almost immediately, and I don't understand it because there's not even a lot of leaves down right now because we crunched them all up and it's still clogging. It's kind of frustrating. But I definitely got to check the RPMs on this and see what's up. Renee had mentioned it in the last video. I hadn't had a time to look at it, but we're going to figure that out. We're going to see what's going on with this thing. All right, so basically all I did was I sent the heavy from this mulch bed here into the lawn, and I just used this as a mulching mower for today until we figure out what's going on with it. Definitely feels like an RPM issue. I'm not going to bash the mower just yet, but I'm hoping to God it's a RPM issue. So we got most of the heavy out. I'm just going to take the Echo 9010 now and just blow out the fine stuff. Renee just closed the hopper door. She's going to start vacuuming the lawn now. the final stages of the cleanup. Just wrapping things up now. The leaves are just falling all over the place. It's still making a mess, but you know, doing the best we can. Just gonna blow out the nooks and crannies just a little more. Have Renee make a few more passes on it, and that'll be it for this one. So we had the front yard clean, and look, it's a mess again. They're just blowing, as you can see them right now, they're just blowing right across the street, right into the yard we just vacuumed. So this is the best this one's gonna get for today. I'm hoping that when we come back next week, the rest of the leaves are falling, and you know, maybe these are picked up or something, so they won't blow into our finished product. But that's pretty much gonna wrap it up on this one. There's not much more we can do. All right, so we just wrapped this one up. We're on our way to our next job to do a final mowing. This particular client is not getting a fall cleanup, so we're just gonna go there, do the final mow, and then that'll wrap it up for the day. How do you think that cleanup went, babe?
Good, but it's so windy out, it's impossible to get it super clean. By the time you clean it, the leaves blow back in, but that's okay because this one's split into two, so it makes no difference really.
It was crazy too. We had these big wind gusts. They just blow all the leaves across the street right back into the yard we just cleaned.
Yep.
It seems to always happen that way. But
well, we'll be back to that one for final cleanup. So that's good.
Yeah.
Got the heavy
all in all, I mean, it came out pretty nice. There was a lot of leaves there, especially in those mulch beds. That particular property has mulch beds everywhere, and the leaves just get stuck in them. But we got the heavy out, so when we do the final, it should be pretty easy for the most part.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and then it'll come out really nice. So we're on our way to the next one. We'll see you there. Well, good morning, guys. It's the next day. What we ended up doing yesterday was we ended up taking the Walker C to the dealer and dropping it off there. It's got some issues, you know, and rather than just keep running the mower and clogging it up and having problems, we just took it back. We figured that was the best thing to do. So I can't give you an honest review on that mower just yet. There'll be more to come on that. You know, I don't want to bash the mower because I do like the mower, but that particular one happens to have issues. So going forward, we're on the next cleanup that we got going on today. You guys have seen this property many times before if you've been watching the channel for a while. And this is another pretty straightforward, simple cleanup, guys. We're just sending everything into the wood line. We don't take anything with us on this, which is great. Most of the leaves have fallen. There is still some to fall, but not a tremendous amount. But this cleanup is going to be a two-stage cleanup as well. We're going to get the heavy out today, and then come back probably next week and finish it off. Good morning. How you doing this morning?
Cold. Well, that's freezing right now.
The machine's cold. Do you want to work when it's cold out?
I heard something when I was turning it.
So I have to hold the gas cap open on this when I'm pouring fuel because the internal vent has failed on this shirt can. Seems to be a common problem on these shirt cans, actually. It's kind of annoying. This is my second one, too. When you go to dispense fuel on it, it doesn't want to dispense any fuel unless I hold the cap open. Well, it seems like you formulated your own plan, so why don't you tell everybody what's going on?
I'm gonna crunch these up a little bit because, well, actually, the grass is a little bit tall, so I want to cut it so that you don't have to, you know, work so hard to blow the leaves. You know how that goes, trying to blow leaves in tall grass. And I'm gonna mulch up the leaves like just a little bit so that we don't have like mounds in the wood line.
Okay.
Blow it in.
to me.
Yep.
All right, have fun. I'll be in the truck.
Think it's warmed up enough?
Yep. I'll be in the truck.
Hey. I got off of it. It's taken off on its own again with the brake on. Just so you know.
Well, it's got a mind of its own. Kind of excited to use this mower today because for the longest time we haven't even been using it. We've been using a walker. So I was glad to take this out of the garage today and give it a little bit of use. It's been a while. So some of you guys might think that what we're doing here is just crazy, but believe it or not, guys, it works. It seems to work for us very well when we have a dump on site property. Even though it's going in the wood line, if we just blow these all in, you're gonna have massive piles of leaves everywhere. When we crunch the leaves up like this, in the end, we're able to put them in the wood line. You don't even know they're there. Alright, so in a matter of minutes, we've reduced the size of these leaves quite a bit. I went over this with the stander. It's a big hill here. The walker's not going to do a good job on the hill, so I use the stander for that. Now I'm just going to whip out the 90-10, start blowing everything into the wood line. In this area very hard with the Echo 9010. It's doing a great job. This is a very time consuming area. This is like a giant leaf catcher all the way down. Just taking my time with it, trying to get all the heavy out. They're not going to be perfect, but we're going to get a lot of it out today. Able to get all this cleared out. Got all this cleared out as well. It's starting to take shape. There's still a little bit of leaves down, but when we go over it with the lawnmower, it'll suck them all up. We're going to work on pushing these leaves right now that are left in the lawn right into the wood. Got the front yard cleaned out. Coming out really nice. Blew out the whole perimeter here. Sent everything into the wood line. It's nice because when you grind up the leaves like we did, you don't, like I said earlier, you don't have big piles everywhere, and that's what we want. We want the leaves to blend in to the woods. You don't want big mounds everywhere. So we're going to start working on the backyard here. Renee already ground up a lot of the heavy. So all we're going to do now is work the perimeters and start sending it into the woods. Alright, we just cleared the backyard here. Looking real good. This was a little tricky in this area to blow all that out because all the leaves were getting stuck, but we got them out. Looking good. Renee's finishing up now. We got one more corner in the back of on the side of the house that we got to blow out, and then I'm gonna whip out the stander and give this a nice little mow to really turn up the heat on it. You know, stripe it up, make it look good. Looks good now, but when you put the stripes in, it's gonna look a lot better. start doing this side over here and start wrapping this up. All right, I just got done laying some nice stripes in the backyard. I start working my way to the front yard now and try to lay some nice stripes on the front and give this property some swag. All right, guys, here it is. Finished result. Came out nice. Got some nice stripes in it. Really makes the property look awesome. We'll be back in another week to hopefully do the final when all these leaves drop. All right, we're on our next property. This is gonna be the last one for the day. And what's the game plan, babe?
I'm gonna take the walker out there again and try to mulch up some of those leaves, and then I'll bag it because I don't want to have this huge massive pile to suck up. We're gonna dump them. You've got to find a spot that we're gonna leave them, and we'll tarp it, cover it. It's supposed to get rain tomorrow, and we'll come back and suck them up tomorrow. This house is only like 10 minutes from our house, but we won't have time to suck these up today, so we're gonna get it clean and then we'll suck them up tomorrow before Thanksgiving.
Sounds like a plan. Let me show you what we got going on. All right, here's what we got. Not a tremendous amount of leaves in the front. Luckily, all of them have dropped here, which is awesome. So the plan is Renee's just gonna go over this, crunch them up, get them nice and fine, and then we'll probably end up, when we suck it up, probably just dumping it on the corner here, getting a good pile going. And then tomorrow, we're gonna come here and suck the pile up and test out the Fraden leaf loader because we haven't even used it yet. All of our properties have been dumped on site and we haven't even had to fire it up. Let's see what we got going on in the backyard. All right, we got a lot of leaves down on the back. Still good amount to fall here on these trees. This is another property that we're going to be doing another cleanup on, a final, in about a week or so. You know, just trying to get a jump on the cleanups and get the heavy out just to make it more manageable. The leaves have been falling so late this year that we waited so long, and I'm just getting nervous that we're going to have snow flying soon. And once the snow flies, you can forget about getting all this up because it's just not going to happen. They're going to be frozen to the ground. It'd be a nightmare. So Renee's going to come back here, crunch everything up. Now, before I start blowing any leaves and making big piles, I'm going to let her go over this here and get everything chopped up first, because if I just start blowing this, it's going to be a big pile. It's going to clog the machine. It's going to be a nightmare. So I'll let her crunch this up first, get some good footage of that, and then I'll start blowing out the nooks and crannies. Check her out for dog toys to make sure she's not going to suck any up. I just do what I'm told. This does a really nice job of crunching the leaves up nice and fine. So when we do have our piles going at the end of the street, it won't be big at all. Makes it a lot easier to clean up in the end. Alright, so what I did was I started working the perimeters all the way around, sent everything into the lawn. Renee's going to vacuum up the heavy before I blow any more. Then just keep sending it into the lawn and letting her grind it up. We're at a race against sunlight. We only got about less than 2 hours left before it's going to be dark, so we're trying to hustle. Renee's wrapping up the backyard. I think what I'm going to do in the pool area, since there's a lot of leaves and we're not going to be taking them with us, I think I'm going to send them from over here and put them up against the fence in the back. And then all I have to do tomorrow when we come to suck the leaves is just send them right out there and suck them up. I think that's what we're going to do, because we've got quite a bit of leaves back here. I was able to get everything to the back of the fence here. Tomorrow when we come to suck the leaves up, we'll just open up that gate, send these right out the gate, vacuum them up. Renee's gonna have to make one more small pass right here. There were some leaves up against the fence that I had to blow into the yard. So while I was in the back, Renee came in the front, chopped everything up. I'm just gonna blow out the perimeters now, and she's gonna suck it up with the pink panther. So we're just wrapping up the front, almost done. Renee just banged out this side here, it's looking good too. Piled all the leaves up against the fence here. Tomorrow we'll just roll the trailer right up here and send it right into the back of the truck. Renee's gonna vacuum this up real quick, and then this one's done. I dropped the deck down to 2.5 inches to get the best suction. We had a lot of pine needles down on the lawn, and I didn't want to leave the pine needles. The walker doesn't like to suck the pine needles up when the deck's are, you know, like 3.5 inches. The lower you put it, the better suction it has. So we noticed at 2.5 inches, it really does a good job of picking everything up. She wanted to put the finishing pass on the front just to make it cherry, and we're pretty much done on this one. Well, we're done for the day. I'm tired. How about you, Hud?
I'm an icicle. I gotta blast the heat in this thing.
Time to go home, take a nice warm shower, eat a nice dinner. Which, by the way, what are we having for dinner?
I don't know yet.
Oh. It's been on my mind all day, you know.
What else is new? Food. That's all you think about.
Yep. Well, hey, good job.
Yeah, thanks. Good job.
Nice. I think the customers will be happy.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All around productive day. Didn't really have any issues. Knock on something.
Yeah, you better knock.
I did. I knocked on plastic. But that's gonna wrap it up for this video, guys. As always, we appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch. Keep the comments coming. You guys have been leaving some awesome comments. We read every one of them. Believe me, we do. And we really appreciate your feedback. So if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. And like, share, and subscribe to our channel if you dig our content. And we'll see you on the next video.
Bye.
Bye, guys.